On the line, we have the spokesperson of the Lily Mine, Mr. Rob Devereux. A very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good day and welcome to your viewers.
Thank you, Mr. Rob. Mr. Rob, with all this story about the mine now and all the bodies that still haven't been found, we just wanted to find out, just to follow up on the story. Has the victims rather been given compensation? And if yes, how much and who has paid the compensation?
As you know, the families were promised 200,000 each, and that was made, in fact, probably 2 days after the anniversary of the collapse. And the company has committed to pay that. That is included in our fundraising efforts, and we have not been able to raise the funds to open the Lily Mine as at yet. Unfortunately, the Barbrook Mine has been placed into business rescue in December, and that has changed the dynamic of how we raise our funding. So we're speaking to our funding principals to include the Barbrook Mine as well as the Lily Mine for the monies. But certainly the money is not being paid, but it is included in our plans to pay them, and they are very first on the agenda.
Just one more question, sir. What is the status of the mine right now, and will the mine maybe remain closed until the inquiry is complete?
The status of the mine is that it remains closed. We need to develop a new decline to open the mine. It will cost 200 million rand, and we'll go through the process of reopening the mine, ensuring the safety is correct. And then it will be opened in conjunction with the DMR. In terms of the minister's statement, the DMR process and the process with the company is a legal process. So the company has completed its investigation into the affairs of the collapse. The DMR has completed their affairs and investigation into the collapse. And then we will have an investigation and inquiry. That is a normal process in terms of law, so that's nothing unique.
Also understood that the memorial service for the trapped miners was cancelled due to security reasons. What is the security threat that you people probably are facing at the mine?
Yes, the remembrance service today was postponed. We were in discussions with the Commissioner of Police in the area traffic. We had a discussion together with the unions, the DMR, and it was agreed that there were protests that were planned, and it was not in the interest of the community or anyone to put further lives at risk. So we've agreed to postpone the memorial service, and that was done in conjunction with the families. What we did do today is there was a private ceremony that the families held at the mine. It was a private affair. The families were there at 7:30. They were on the mine. They had their private religious ceremony, and my understanding is that they have left at about 12 o'clock. And certainly my condolences to the families.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Robert. Just one more question just before I let you go. Also, after the deadly accident at the mine, has there been any overhaul or the security measures to avoid maybe reoccurrence of the similar incidents?
Certainly the investigation that has been conducted by many specialists, internationally and nationally, we've conducted that, and the outcome of that will come. The Vantage Goldfields Group really promotes mining that is safe and for all our employees. And certainly any mining conducted in the future will be done in the safest manner, as we've always done, in conjunction with the DMR and Self and Safety and various experts in the field.
Thank you so much, Mr. Devereux. We will be keeping our viewers updated, and we will also be speaking to you just to give our viewers, more follow-up on the story. And then next on the line again, we have Reverend Malcolm Damon, who is the Executive Director of the Economist Justice Network. A very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to the viewers.
Thank you so much for joining us right here on ANN7. And as you hear, the discussion is about the mining, the people that have died last year on the mine and that are still trapped still underground at the Lily mine. Now, my question to you, sir, is that do you think that enough has been done for the victims?
Absolutely not. I mean, we've heard what the previous speaker from the mine has said, that they've allocated money, but no money has been given to the communities. And then secondly, to the families. And then secondly, the fact is that this has been a year. And now that the government has taken this into an inquiry, I mean, there's nothing been done to those who are buried under there, and the communities, as previous speakers have said as well. I mean, there's no closure. Communities, the families can't move forward. So these are some of the things that need really urgent attention, because there needs to find a way how to address this adequately, so that families can either see here are our loved ones that were that left us, and so that they can then move their head with us, because that's the whole problem, that there's no closure of the issue, and the families cannot get any closure because of the fact that these three people have not been found.
But then, Reverend, we've just spoken right now to the Lily Mine spokesperson, Mr. Devereaux, and Mr. Devereaux says that the families have been rather compensated with 200,000 each. Yeah, so do you think that if that is the fact, or if that is what the spokesperson is saying, do you think maybe that the money, the 200,000 compensation, was not enough for the families, or what more could have been done rather to help the trapped miners?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 200,000, you know, these loved ones are gone forever. And we know that these were breadwinners in most cases, the two women as well as Mr. Niarende, all three of them. And so there's a loss of income for life. So 200,000 is nothing in compared to the loss of income that they would experience for the rest of their lives. And the fact that their loved ones that they that provided on their tables are not there anymore. So one would really want to see that from the mine side and from Vantage Gold side, that there would be more adequate compensation, taking into consideration that there are a loss of income for life, taking into consideration the fact that these loved ones have not been found, and the fact that they were breadwinners, because we know how many people are being supported when any one of the family members are working. So definitely 200,000 is not enough. And I got the impression as well that that has not been paid. This is just what they also have been allocated, you know, to the families, and want to look for more adequate income.
And Reverend, just one more question just before I let you go. The spokesperson of the Lily Mine, Mr. Devereaux, also mentioned that he mentioned about the security in the mine, that because of security measures, the memorial service has been cancelled. What do you think about the existing security measures at the mine?
Yeah, I cannot give my opinion about the security at the mine, but we know that in general, mining companies, for them it's about profits and not about the people and the communities. And that's why from tomorrow we have in Cape Town the alternative mining indaba, where we're looking at the impact of mining on communities. And communities from South Africa, from Southern Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, all over Africa is coming together to discuss the impact of mining on their lives, and saying these are our stories, these are our issues. And we know one of the big issues is not only security, but it's about the impact of mining on the communities and on the environment. And these will be some of the issues we'll address over the next 3 days until Wednesday.